Greater Kumasi Sanitation and Water Project. Ya diabo, I will need them apomode momentum too.
The GAMA Sanitation and Water Project has the objective of increasing access to improved sanitation and water supply. And when it comes to sanitation, we were referring to access to household toilet facilities in our individual homes. And then we also looking at access to improved toilet facility in our schools and healthcare facilities. In Accra, which is GAMA, as we speak, we have successfully provided 406 units of institutional sanitation facilities with which are disability friendly and then gender sensitive.
So this experience that we have gained over the few years has showed us that the challenges are real. One of the challenges is limited funding support from the government. Currently, the capitation grant support to schools is around 10 cedis per student per year. And this amount, 10% is used for sanitation activities. This makes the total amount for sanitation 1 cedi per student per year, which is woefully inadequate.
Issues of operation and maintenance have bedeviled the sustainability of school sanitation facilities in Ghana for quite some time. Most of these facilities break down after a few years of use because the schools do not have the funds to employ janitors, repair the fixtures when they break down, buy toiletries and disinfectants, and in some cases, empty the septic tanks when they get full. Over the years, however, some of the schools have been trying some innovative solutions which seem to be yielding positive results. Key among these approaches is the involvement of the parent-teacher associations, support of the municipal assemblies, collection of dues from the parents, and the hiring of janitors, among others. Case study of Bawe Gonse, MA1, leadership of the Municipal Education Oversight Committee.
Upon assumption of office, I realized the Education Directorate prompted me that most of the sanitary facilities that were in the schools were in deplorable states, for which we needed to write to the Sanitation Ministry through GAMA for us to have that support coming in. On that note, we realized that how do we go about the maintenance of these facilities when completed? We contacted the heads of the schools, and then we asked them to organize a meeting involving the PTA to put this before them. Because the parents were also complaining because they realized that where their wards were having to as it were, take care of themselves were not that in a good state. So we told them that, of course, the ministry is coming to our aid, but then we need to find a way to maintain those facilities so that we can have their kids having a very good environment in taking care of themselves. So they also bought into the idea, and some token was proposed. After the proposal, the teachers met with the parents and shared the ideas with them. It got to me and I asked them that it has to be put on paper so that it becomes official. So they wrote to the chairman of the committee, which is the MIOC, of which the committee sat, and they approved the levy that was being proposed. Then, of course, an official document was sent to the various heads and the parents to adhere to the policies that is going to be rolled out. That has been the success of the story because everybody bought into it and it's working perfectly for us.
In terms of the consumables, we normally tell the parents to bring the toilet roll, 2 each from people, every time. So let's say if you have enrollment of 500 times 2 will be 1,000 a T road. That's from KG to JHS.
Ekwana yafaso eyesika semnini. In fact, as PTA chair, etoda kura me across me best school no ho. Ebehwe mofra etua PTA dues no. Sa dues no your head assign one teacher. Ono also na yes secretary to the PTA. Ono ene Mr. George Otin. Ono ena ohwese ni na no class bi agege a ebeba nsem. Eba nsem a ode beko head ho. Na head so ye wo account a sikani nyina ekomu a eno ne ye hwese school ni hia biribi ohia biribi ode be ye washroom no ho adwuma ana sika bi a ebe free PTA dues ni mu de e wo say free account mu no ena ye de eye dwumade a etesa.
Case study of OPA MA2, leadership of the school head and the PTA.
Step I took to overcome challenges of funds and security issues. In the first place, when I met the SMC and the PTA executives, we resolved that I should meet the directorates. So through the municipal education school help officer, chef, she's the municipal chef. So I talked to her, we got to director, that was the former director, and he also asked that I should meet my PTA, that's parents of my children, so that we'll look at constructive ways that we can do to raise funds to manage the facility. Because Ghana West is a place that you cannot just get up and levy parents or pupils. So when he gave her the go ahead, I called for PTA meeting, a general PTA meeting, and parents attended, and then we put it before them, and they took a decision that they will be paying 10 cedis a term. Every child will pay 10 cedis a term. That we can use that money to acquire all that we need, including the services of a janitor and a security person. So with this, we took attendance of the PTAs who were around, and they consented to these decisions. Then we put a letter across and we started the collection.
Initially, the parent didn't want to agree to pay the maintenance fee. So we took some measures. We invited parents that are around to come and take a look at the facility to convince others to pay. So we invited few people of them to come inside the facilities, notice the things that we have inside, and then themselves they were convinced and invited or were able to tell other parents to pay.
Case study of Ofanko MA3, leadership of the school head and PTA.
When they handed over the toilet facility to us, immediately we called for SMC meeting, and we invited the assemblyman of the area to the meeting and somebody from the office, that's the chef coordinator. And even though the facility was for MA3, the school is a cluster, so it will have to involve the other head teachers to come in for the meeting too. So they also joined the meeting. And we discussed about how we can generate funds to manage the place. So through our meeting, we came up with a plan that then the parents should contribute something so that we can pay the janitor and the security, and also provide the tissue and the detergent that will be needed to clean up the place. So the parents agree, the PTA chairman and then the SMC chairman were there. So they agreed that they will call for PA meeting and talk to the parent on how they can mobilize funds to support the facility. So the following week, they called for a meeting, and the parent agreed that each child should pay 20 pesos a day, which means the whole week they will pay 1 cedi. So that 1 cedi will be used to manage the place, to buy the detergent, to pay the security, and also the janitor. The children over here were about 2,000 using one facility. So the things were the things were not enough. So we met as head teachers and then the school chef, and we decided why not we make our own detergent so that at least it can take us for the whole term. Later we found out if the teachers are transferred to another school, it means that we won't get some people to do it. So why don't we train some of the students?
Case study, Ashiaman number 4, leadership of the school head and PTA.
We started maintaining the place by engaging the service of a janitor, but the amount the person charged, we couldn't pay because the money wasn't coming from the parents' side for us to sustain the person's payment. We supposed to have been giving him, I've forgotten the figure, but was around 400 and something on the average per month. And that was on the high side for the school because we couldn't get money coming from the parents. So the person left. Then we had to go into using the education of the children on how to maintain their facilities, whether at home or wherever.
For the past 5 years, we have been maintaining the GAMA project, which was handed down to us. And these are what we were doing to keep the facility in check. One, what we do is when the students are coming for the first year, the items that we take that we use to maintain the facilities are, we take a disinfectant, which is either Dettol, Camel or Savlon. Then we take Parazole. Then we take duster for cleaning. What we do is, we have a duty roster for all the 5 classes of the school. Every class works for a week, both boys and girls. When it's your turn for you to work after school, you check your name, you do the cleaning before you go home for 30 minutes. Then we allow you to go home.
Kamisko Ashiaman, leadership of the school head and the PTA.
Now this facility was handed over to us in the year 2018. Initially when it was handed over to us, we had some challenges with managing the place. That has to do with keeping the place clean. But we employ a janitor. It came at a cost. And to raise funds, we sat with the parents and then discussed it with them that this is a new facility that has been given to us. And then we took them around to look at the facility and they were pleased. So they decided to contribute towards the upkeep of the facility. They pay 5 cedis a term, which is part of their school fees to manage the place. So that money is what we use to buy the items we need to keep the place clean. The Omo, the Parazone, and any other form of item that we need to keep the place clean.
It is very clear from the case studies that the Municipal Assembly, specifically the MIOC led by the Municipal Chief Executives, the Parent-Teacher Association, SHEP coordinators, have a critical role to play for a successful operation and maintenance of school sanitation facilities regimes in schools.